I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. You take a look at the Celtics.
And just walking around this city, everyone wants to talk about this team. They're playing great basketball. The fans love them. This arena is going to be electric.
Stan, we've seen a resurgence for Kristaps Porzingis over the last few seasons. What changed?
Well, Brian, he really dug down into the numbers, identifying his best shot profile and really focusing on that. It's helped his efficiency.
To the inside. And Giannis throws it down.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. And when I brought up Giannis Antetokounmpo, Coach was full of admiration, saying it's always going to be difficult when you're playing Giannis. Not only is he one of the best players this league has, but he's also a fierce competitor. Guys, it sounds like he knows what he's up against.
Thank you for that, Allie.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
The shot by Lillard, no good. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. Damian Lillard picks one up.
Tricky move by Brown inside, making sure he gets the whistle and completes his motion.
He does not get the second one. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. This is so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Porzingis. He got a piece of it. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Count the basket.
Yeah, look, you're not going to outwork Holiday. He's going to grind out rebounds, buckets, all the little things.
Tatum with a steal. Pass to Porzingis. And he comes up with a bucket. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
Well, you'll see teams try to bump Porzingis around. Didn't work that time.
It's Prince on the wing. For three. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
And Boston calls time here. This game against Milwaukee here. It's their first meeting of the season.
Last year, this team got the better of them in the season series, so they're looking to correct that.
Give a big round of applause for Celtics Entertainment.
Celtics trail by 3. Here's Pritchard. And off target. He starts the game 0 for 1. And it's Porter with the ball for the Bucks. Well, we're coming right down to the last bit of the season, Grant. What's the messaging like from coaches right now?
For BA, for teams that are in the mix, coaches are asking you to keep doing what you've been doing. But a lot of that extra motivation comes from your teammates and in the locker room.
Holiday with the ball. Now Porter defending. And the basket by Holiday.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
Antetokounmpo for 3. Here's Portis. And he banks in the layup.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Pritchard. Connects from downtown.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Inside. Horford with a steal. Three-pointer. The rebound by the Bucks. They're moving on after a tough loss they took at the hands of the Pacers.
Well, they brought the energy. They played smart as well. But the other team did too. Unfortunately, someone has to lose.
Yeah, that was two very evenly matched teams. But in the end, it came down to who executed better down the stretch.
And Brown with the stuff.
From Drew Holiday.
Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
Outside Porter.
Celtics foul.
Milwaukee making a switch here.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter here. Boston on offense. Holiday with the ball. And it's Trent picking him up. The shot by Holiday, no good. Here's Rollins. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
Assist from
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Here's Portis. And then Portis with the dunk.
Nice pass inside, making things easy for him now.
That's the end of the first quarter. With
The baskets
score,
were coming early and often in the first quarter.
17.
Milwaukee out in front, up 4. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, what stands out to you from Milwaukee in this one?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard and they are physical.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
Pass to Lillard. Back to Green. There's the triple. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today. And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Pass to Kuzma. Here's Porter. Lillard looking around. Launches a 3. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
Yeah, incredible range. Porter Jr. can cash you in from distance. He certainly did there.
Boston again missing.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
3-pointer. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. The Celtics trail by 10. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Controls the rebound and the putback.
Excellent positioning by Horford, winning the rebound and getting his team an extra opportunity.
And here's Porter outside. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Porter's got 6.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot. Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Hauled in by Brown. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
And stolen by Brown. Here's Porzingis. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Counted, and he'll shoot one more at the line. So Milwaukee going with almost an entirely new group here. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
Here's Antetokounmpo. No luck on that one.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut. Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Portis, right side. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist.
Assist from
Portis has got 6 in the quarter.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Here's Porzingis. Lays it up and banks it in.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Nice D from Tatum.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Coming into the league, putting up points was no problem for Tatum, but now he's creating scoring opportunities for others. Yeah, a communication breakdown. Two guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Here's Porzingis. Antetokounmpo with the block.
Giannis puts his touch on every aspect of the game. Big reach on display that time. He's showing us the handles a little bit right there. All the way to the rack.
And with the statement finish, too. Don't know how you stop that, man. Hey, strong move, Tatum.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Portis. And the basket by Trent.
Junior.
Trent's got his first points of the game.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Three-pointer Holiday. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3.
Personal foul.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
Drew Holiday at the line for 3 shots.
And he's good on the second. And he nails the third.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Bucks on top. They're up by 2. And time now for the half.
42.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not